This is Tayesha Veal of Triple Mom Custom Crafts and Designs, and you are tuned into Banked Out Radio Show.
Yay, see?
One time for the team that's gon' hustle for the green. All we know is grind to the dough come. This the Banked Out Radio Show. We controlling the globe and we second to no one. Every time we emerge, we putting that work in. Banked Out, do it for the culture. Putting on for the city that's 24/7. And we showing love like we supposed to. And we keep making moves by coastal. None of those suckers didn't believe, but I told you. Banked Out about to be your household name. And Banked Out mean we about more change. You don't even know just how I really get. You're rocking with the best, so tuned in when you better be. Plus you're getting fancy like Nancy on every single day of the week. And chopping game like a Cherokee, ballin' like Odell. Tryna step more meal, networking every way is about to be a movie. Gotta go big, it's the only way to do it. This a conglomerate, we getting to it. Plus we got heat for the streets while you puffin' on the cook shop leaf. Riding out on the interstate, we got indies and majors. We international players, all about getting paid. Make sure to tune in and tap in with the movement, cause it's about to go down. Shout out Discover, this captain of the mothership. If you ain't know, then you know now. We about to get right. That radio show.
I can't stand you sometimes.
Here for an episode of Banked Out Radio Show. Funny thing, this is my first time meeting our special guest.
It's crazy how it happened.
Oh, see, I forgot the last name. See, I got the phone. It didn't slip me
Look
already.
at you, how you gonna do me like that?
No. I was sitting there thinking of your last name.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
Okay, Veal. Miss Tayesha Veal.
Yep.
You get people say it's Veal sometimes,
Yes.
but it's EA. Okay, anyway. Well, you know, I don't know if you know, only 25% of people in Macon have secondary education, so
Yeah.
me 75%, well 75%, the 75% did not graduate high school because you have people who drop out or whatever.
Right.
So I can see where people get it wrong or whatever, but you know. Anyway, y'all go out there, y'all get your education. But thank you, yes, for being on the show. So let's get into it. I saw you got a couple of businesses, the notary business and then the customs business.
Yes.
So what made you want to because I saw where you started them both in 2020, and it seemed like one was May and December.
Yep.
I get that right? Yeah.
Yes. You are dead spot on.
But you know, I try to look up and try to remember stuff and everything.
Right.
But yeah, so what made you want to start, because I think you started the custom business first.
I did.
And then did notary.
Yep.
So what made you want to start? Well, what made you want to start a business in the first place?
Well, the 2020 business, which was the custom designs, shirts and whatever can be customly designed, I kind of think it came from when COVID hit.
Okay.
Cause I don't know what happened. I got up, I went to, what was it, Hobby Lobby, bought my machine. The whole way there I'm praying, asking the Lord, wherever he see me going with this business, I'm gonna follow him. I knew nothing about it when I bought the machine. And I just felt like I just wanted to do entrepreneurial. It was, at that time, it was hard to get a job or keep a job during COVID. So I needed something to secure my family.
Yeah.
So, and then it was Mother's Day. So I was like, what a great way to start making shirts than Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So it all came like, and I made my machine money back just within the Mother's Day shirts.
Yeah.
So it worked.
But then you expanded though, because you could have just stuck with shirts.
Oh, I definitely expanded it.
Yeah, because I saw like you did cups and stuff like that, and
shirts, keychains, like coffee mugs, wine glasses, budget books, welcome signs.
So what's been the best product of sales then when you customizing it?
I would definitely have to say the shirts.
Okay, you know, it's easy to turn around and stuff like that.
Right, and plus you could do a little bit more with shirts.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, people got graduations, class reunions, parties, bike clubs, birthdays, anniversaries. It's just
so much.
Right.
Yeah.
So I just wanted a little.
So you did it out of necessity. Was anybody else in the family or in your core circle entrepreneur as well, or were you like the first one to jump out there and do something like this?
Well, immediate, yes, I was the first. I mean, a few people that I've known has had businesses, but I guess they kind of took a break.
Yeah.
So me, I work. Meaning,
you gonna put your business out there,
right?
Like you're supposed to.
Right. There's no off and on switch.
You haven't noticed this yet, have you?
I haven't. Is that you? Interesting. I just saw it. Oh, it was on the cup that you just.
Yeah, the other cup. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I think I put it in there. But yeah, this is my character, 31 Savage. I haven't seen the links and stuff. It's hilarious.
Please.
Yeah. This is actually how I promote the cook shop.
Really?
Yeah, because I
can't
can't
see that side of it. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's back there. I'll show you in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, so like in business, as you know, you have to be have something that sticks with folks, because I'm sure even when you did that, you saw that more people started doing the same thing.
Yes.
Or trying to do the same thing.
Yes.
So how was that transition for you?
Well, I'm a pretty selfless person. Very selfless.
Yeah.
So, I do believe that what God has for me is for me, and what God has for the next person is for them. And plus, it's enough money to go around.
Some people don't see it that way, though.
And that's why they don't see any money.
I'm glad you said that. Because I see that all the time. Like, I can literally assess a business within like 5 minutes. I can tell you what's wrong with it and where's it going.
Right.
But I've been doing this since 2013.
Right.
So, I got a lot of experience. Full time since 2013. Entrepreneurship in general since 2005. Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah. So I've seen
you
a
what
lot
they call the GOAT.
That's what everybody keeps calling me. For real.
I'm telling you.
Like if you I like to talk about myself, so you'll it just is what it is. It's part of my personality. Like I can talk about myself all the time.
It's ironic that you said that.
Why?
Because the young lady that I initially came to you about, she and I just had the same conversation before I got here.
What, about talking about yourselves?
Yes.
But she likes to talk about herself?
I mean, we both do.
Oh.
I mean, that was a common.
Oh, there's nothing wrong about wanting to talk about yourself, though.
True.
Like I don't see anything wrong with it. Like now, I've been like this since I was way younger in high school and all that. People used to tell me, "Oh, your arrogance and everything gonna turn people off." Or I was like, "No, it's not arrogance. It's arrogance to you, but it's self-confidence to me."
Right.
Because in every aspect of working for an employee or something like that, I've proven that I was the better employee.
Right.
So I had this track record of stuff. Like, prime example, I worked at a retail store. It was called Cloth World in Nashville, Tennessee. And then it was bought out by Joann's Fabrics and Crafts. And while I was there working, I became the top salesperson. This is a cloth store, so fabrics and stuff I knew nothing about as a teenager, especially as a young male. I'm like, who gets into sewing and stuff like that? Nobody. I just wanted a job at the time.
Right.
And I outsold the entire staff. I doubled and tripled their sales sometimes monthly, 8 months in a row. That was just that. I worked at KFC and they tried to promote me while I was in high school to management twice. I was like, I can't be working no 40 hours. I go to school.
Right. I've been there and done the KFC thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but that's how, like, whenever I had a job, I was into it and I wanted to be the best.
Right.
So that's what I did. Had other sales jobs and stuff, and that's what actually led me to know that I wanted to do marketing and sales. As a freshman, like I said, I claimed my major the first day I was at Fort Valley. The advisor tried to talk me out of it. It's like, oh no, you don't have to wait. He was like, you could wait and everything. Like, nope, I know what I want to do. I want to do marketing. I'm not wavering or anything, or being like, some people go to school and switch their major 4 or 5 times. It's because they're not set on a clear path.
Right.
And I was set on a clear path I know I wanted to do. Because at first I got accepted to Milwaukee Institute of Art. I used to draw and everything. I was like, I was fired with it. Like I could do stuff like that.
Did you do that?
No, I didn't do that. There was an artist here who did that. I paid for that painting.
Okay.
Actually, I was the first customer to pay for a painting when she finished it. I don't know where these ants are coming from. But yeah, so I didn't feel like drawing anymore. And I wanted to go into business and marketing because I know I loved sales. I didn't understand everything about marketing, but I knew that's where I wanted to go.
Right.
And that's what I did. I went and got my degree and all that stuff and could get a job in marketing when I finally graduated. Because I was talking the lingo and everything. I think people were intimidated and felt, no, for real. Because I'm sitting there thinking like, oh, I got my BBA and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I'm sitting there speaking the lingo and all that. And no callbacks. So that's when I started working for various jobs, and then finally got on Norfolk Southern and saw that it was a cool job and everything, benefits, kids. Of course, I had kids and all that, wife, so it helped out for family. But I was like, I told people there, I was like, yeah, y'all got comfortable with this amount of money you making.
Right.
I'm like, I don't want that.
Right.
So when I quit, I didn't even give notice or nothing. I just didn't go to work. It was fun to me. I had people calling my phone, blowing it up. I was like, man, you just gonna do that? I was like, yeah, I've been telling people. I've been telling y'all for years.
Right.
I ain't gonna be here forever.
Right.
Like, y'all got comfortable. And, as I'm a true entrepreneur. I go after everything that I want and I don't stop until I get it.
Right.
So this isn't like, some hobby to me or nothing like that. Everything is done as you even, said it, professional and all that stuff or whatever.
Right.
But, there's a lot of people out here, not doing it the way they should be doing it.
Well,
yeah,
it shows.
Well, thank you.
And it will.
So you was first, to do this and jump out there, and you also did it. Why notary? Why did you want to go there? Because I was a notary at one time.
Well,
and I read the rules and bought the book and insurance and all that stuff, and I was like, yeah, I ain't gonna do all this. It ain't no money to me, but
Well, I feel like the notary, it can be as big as any other entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
It's just, the consistency. And at that particular time, I kept seeing the shift of people that needed a public notary. And it just kept shifting. So once again, like the machine, just got up and I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it.
So you became notary in Bibb County?
Yep.
Who signed off on your, they still do the thing where you have to get referenced? They don't? They stopped doing that? Oh, wow. See, when I was a notary,
COVID changed everything.
Yeah. Well, see, I didn't even think about that because my notaries, when I was a notary, was prior to COVID even coming into existence.
Yeah. See,
and
COVID,
they gave it like 4 or 5 years before that, something like that.
COVID had me swearing in virtually.
Oh, wow, yeah.
From work.
Like, hey,
I'm at work
yeah,
trying to swear in to be a public notary. But I used my break to have the virtual swearing in.
Yeah.
And then it was me and 2 other young ladies. All on the same platform.
Yeah.
So whatever the requirements were prior to COVID, it definitely changed.
Yeah. Well, no, COVID has changed a lot.
It's
shown that, one, we can do jobs and stuff remotely. But I think also, like, people got to understand the pendulum is about to swing back because people are going back to the job place or whatever. Because I can get it as an employer.
Right.
If you can't, you have to manage your employees up to a certain extent.
Right.
Now, I don't believe in micromanagement whatsoever. But I do understand holding people accountable.
Absolutely.
And, people's out here, on one job making money on their side, you know what I'm saying? And I get it, you know what I'm saying? So I understand you gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes,
But you do have to understand that, if the employer finds out or whatever, then, there are repercussions.
True.
So you gotta understand the choices that you make. But, so as far as you building up the custom business and doing a notary, how is your circle of like peers, friends, coworkers, whomever, prior to you jumping out there and doing it, and then once you did do it, were they like supportive of it? Were they like, I don't know if that's gonna work? Were they trying to project their fears onto you that they had for themselves? How was that transition?
A little bit of everything that you said. Like, initially, I had the biggest support from people that I've never met.
Mm-hmm.
The most support from people that I've never met. Mm-hmm. And or people that I went to school with, you know, that we have went our separate ways, and you know, nothing in between that to keep them from supporting my business.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm gonna be honest, no. Like, immediate family supported, as far as husband, kids, maybe like a few friends. But you know, unfortunately, people don't really support.
Yeah, people don't know you.
They watch you, and they taking notes, but they don't want you to know they watching you and taking notes.
And which, you know what I'm saying,
So
they let themselves know that they watch you, whatever, and you get that you get that feedback, whatever. So okay, so what's your philosophy on that? Do you think your friends are required to, you know, support businesses when you start on stuff, or do you feel that, you know, your friends shouldn't support your business? How do you feel? Or are you a little bit torn in between?
that's actually a great question. That's a great question. I feel like people should spend their money however they choose to. I do.
Okay.
I just do. Because I'm a business owner and I'm a friend. So I'm on both sides. Like, maybe okay have expectations for me as far as our friendship, but my money, I think that's a little bit overboard.
Okay. I can understand that. You want to hear my viewpoint?
Absolutely. I do. I actually do. I do.
All right, so I look at it like this. If I have a business and you fit my demographic and you're my friend, you need to support.
I mean, but you got friends that they don't have it in them. And to keep me from
Now, how you really a
from
friend,
being
though?
shut down, let down, heartache, heartbreak, I cannot expect nothing.
But well, I expect support. The reason why not support? Because you're a friend. You want to see me do good, don't you?
Yeah, but that's easier said than done.
But like a friendship, right?
Right.
Define friendship. A friendship is a mutual exchange between, you know, two people where we get to learn about each other, we get to have experiences together, we're supporting one another.
Right.
Why does that stop it? Because if you was a friend, like, so we going out, you know what I'm saying, to like, I don't know, Applebee's or something, right? I ain't gotta know me. You gonna let me sit there and eat hungry? You gonna let me be hungry?
Personally, I wouldn't.
We friends, right?
I wouldn't.
I'm saying we friends, right? I'm saying this.
Correct. But
How's that any different?
if I, like, say for instance, if I not let you sit there and eat, and then we go to Olive Garden the next time, but you sit there and let me, you get what I'm saying? Like, I can't expect the type of friend I am to somebody for them to be it back to me.
Why not?
Because you're going to be shut down. People don't know how to play their role.
But then you're not a friend.
True.
So let's stop throwing around the word friend then.
Exactly.
I
Me
tell people
personally,
I'm
I don't do the whole friend thing.
I have friends.
I have one best friend and two best friends.
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
Yeah,
I don't put no pressure on nobody. Not for me, because I'm going to be let down.
Well, no, I get that.
Like, one day somebody might say, oh, I'm going to support you, and the next day they might change their mind. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about that. And I get that. I'm not saying that what you're saying is not valid.
Right. And I get your point of view as well.
Yeah. I just, if I'm going to call you friend, like, I had a friend, acquaintance, whatever you want to say. I'm like, we're friends. Like, a lot of my friends that I do have are people that I actually do business with.
Okay.
So I don't just have like personal friends.
So let me ask you this. How do you think it would be if you did have a friend that's not in the business? Because that's where a lot of the situations or the things that I speak of could potentially come from. Because if you're not...
I don't hang out with nobody like that.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like, some people do. Some people hang with people that's not in the industry and don't know how to be a friend to somebody that's in the industry.
I get that away, but at the same time, if you fit the demographic, I just feel, you know
And
what I'm saying,
a lot of people don't know.
Yeah.
A lot of people try so hard to make it look like they fit in it, or support it rather, whichever way.
Now, I understand my demographics. So, like, I understand, like, with the cook shop, right? I understand my demographic on that. That's a lot of vegans who love my products, and then people who have higher disposable income. So anybody who doesn't meet that income threshold does not meet that demographic. So I don't sell to them.
Right.
Now, they happen to be like, hey, let me get something, cool. But that's not my market.
Right.
So as a business owner, I know who are my demographics.
Right.
But if you're a friend and I know you fit in that demographic, and then you go and support somebody else, oh, we got a problem. No, we do. Because
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
No, I'm not saying, look, I'm not saying that I'm right?
I mean,
I'm just saying that my expectation as a business owner and a friend, because I support a lot.
Right.
Like, I am people's first everything.
Right.
And it's nothing for me to go online and purchase from friends or even just fellow business owners, because I believe in circulating the dollar to one another, especially with us.
Right.
Because it is hard to build businesses.
Right. It is.
It is extremely hard. People think it's so easy or whatever. It is not that easy as they try to make it out. And I'm like, there's a lot of barriers, even as black-owned business owners, we have to face.
Right. That's true.
So why make it even harder or whatever? But you know, I get it. Like, let's see here. Where is
So
some
you're
of
a
these
book
books?
person too, huh?
Oh yeah, I got way more books than this. Some of these books, okay. That one, this one, all friends books. I haven't even read them yet. No, for real, I haven't. I'm gonna go through and read them. But like, I've had this for a whole year, haven't read it yet. This one, this actually being turned into a movie. At least it's being pitched for movies. But yeah, I'll buy people.
It's the title for me.
Huh?
It's the title for me.
Oh yeah. From my hustle's life too. I was like, she's an older friend. I actually worked for her at Norfolk Southern. Great person and everything. Went up there, her book release party, all that stuff, vended everything. But that's the only reason I bought this shelf.
For the books.
So I can put their books on here. So when people come in here, I want a whole section of people's books that I've been buying.
Okay, cool.
I got a few of them at the house that I have not brought. But then you see all these different business cards too.
Right. I do. That's why when I first came in, I was like, oh, I definitely got to bring my business cards. Which I normally have them with me.
Which, I get
but it's easy to run out. Like, especially when you just, when you see the opportunity to give it out.
See, well, that's a good thing that I like to hear, because you're passing them out like they candy or whatever, like you're supposed to. But you got some people who just want to hold on to stuff or whatever. Like, I'll buy 5,000 business cards and pass them out in 2 months or whatever. I got to go get some more. They're supposed to be like passed out like candy.
Even when I go to the wing place, get a little thumbtack and stick it up there. Even if I have to buy my own thumbtacks. Thumbtacks and cards. All I need is to go in there and post it on that little.
Yeah, exactly, because you never know.
That's it.
Put them at gas stations too when you get gas. Slide them in a little card reader. So I just, a degree in marketing. Plus I know guerrilla marketing too.
Right.
So there's traditional marketing, then there's guerrilla marketing, there's a combination, digital, social media marketing, all that stuff, whatever. Okay. So let's talk about that. How do you put your business out there besides like you said, putting out the business cards and stuff? What else do you do to put your business out there so people can know?
Well, I do a lot of Facebook marketing. Pass out cards. And majority is word of mouth.
Which is great. Now, do you know what the downside to word of mouth is?
What is it?
You want to guess?
I'm not a good guesser.
Okay. So, word of mouth is the best form of advertisement, right? The only thing is you can't control it.
That's true.
So, now there's things that you can do to stimulate it. But you can't control when other people are going to talk about your business and refer other ones to your business. It's the best form of marketing though. Can't beat it. Like no traditional other
Right.
paid methods of marketing. You can't beat it with word of mouth.
Especially when you talking to someone and you have somebody like me. Oh, I have 5 jobs.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know what the 5 jobs are.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell them.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it just, you make sure you got a card,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Easy.
Yeah, and then when you deliver, okay, so
Right.
let's talk about that. Because there's a lot of people out here who start businesses and stuff, but
Right.
they suck at customer service. So, like, what are your philosophies for business? How do you operate your business?
Well, my number one thing is to never make it a hassle for my customer to shop with me
Mm-hmm.
or to come back
Mm-hmm.
and support.
Mm-hmm.
I've supported many people and I ran into a bit of a hassle.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's the one thing
Mm-hmm.
that will make somebody not return.
Yeah.
Like making it a hassle for
Mhm.
me to support your business.
Mm-hmm. So you believe in the KISS model,
What do you mean?
the KISS model.
What's that?
Keep it simple, stupid.
Not necessarily.
Well,
Not
no,
necess-
I'm saying as far as like when dealing with customers, keeping it simple for them to
yes.
do business with you. Keeping
Absolutely.
it, because so a lot of red flags for me when I see stuff. People, they'll start businesses, the only form of payment they take is cash.
Right.
Or cash out.
Right.
You can't do that. First of all, that looks suspect. It looks scammy.
Right.
You have to set your business. There's a term of what's it called? In order to do business, there are certain requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have one. You got to have a phone number
Right.
for your business. So you got to have a phone. Location is ideal if that's the type of industry that you're dealing with.
Right.
Some form of email or
Right.
electronic communication
Right.
is back in the day it used to be faxes and stuff like that, but that's no longer a thing anymore. So the perception of business is, and those are like bare minimum standards. And then how you accept forms of payment.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tell people all the time, like when I vend and all that stuff, I don't care what kind of forms of payment. You can write a check to the business name, which I have business bank accounts, which is another thing too that some people got to work on. I could take Apple Pay, Google Pay,
Right.
PayPal.
Right.
I got Square processors for all the merchant, Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express. I can invoice all sorts of stuff. I want your money. So
Right.
and
Right.
and I got Cash App too as well, and you can Zelle and Venmo and all that
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to have different things set up to make it easy
Right,
for the
right.
consumer, because you don't know how they're going to pay in tender or whatever.
Right. And that's a quick way to lose a sale.
Mm-hmm.
Quick way.
Yeah, and people don't realize that.
They ready to pay and
Uh-huh.
you don't
Exactly.
accept their form of payment.
Uh-huh. Exactly. I take all forms of payment.
That's hurtful.
Hmm.
That's hurtful.
Yeah, it is. And like you said, you lose out on sales and stuff.
Right.
And then, people, my business not being supported. Well, that's the way that you present yourself.
Right.
You're making it difficult.
That's the hassle.
Exactly. It shouldn't have to be a hassle, because when you
Right.
look at your business and you model it after successful big blue chip companies and stuff, it's not a hassle.
Right.
They take payments all sorts of ways or whatever.
Right.
But yeah. So yeah, I definitely.
These people even got it where you can make your payments in 4 now. So
Yeah,
it's
that
ways.
whole,
It's all
yeah,
kinds
payment
of
plans
ways.
and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, I definitely see that, especially like on with Spotify shopping and all that or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like, you've been in it for a few years now. Do you set goals and stuff, or are you still like trying to see how everything goes? And are you collecting like data, or at least if you're collecting the data, then are you also like putting it in a place to where you can go over that data and see how the business or businesses
Yes.
are doing?
Yes. Yes. So for the past 2 years,
Mhm.
I had a system where I can go back, check on it, and it shows me sales,
Mhm.
what sold the most,
Mhm.
And as far as my goals, that was really my biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I wanted to do something new every week.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever, it might sound bad, but whatever my availability was,
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be coming out with.
Are you tired of running your social media? Do you feel overwhelmed? Are you looking for more traffic to your website? Try Banked Out Marketing. They offer a variety of campaigns: social media posts, podcast advertising, digital radio, direct mail campaigns, and more. Call 478-388-0208. Email bankedoutmarketing@gmail.com. Again, the number is 478-388-0208. Email is bankedoutmarketing@gmail.com. And remember, it's banked out with 2 T's.
You have daily goals. You meet them, and then when you don't meet them, what do you do when you don't meet them? Do you revamp, re-strategize, try it again type method, or do you just abandon it all completely and go with something different?
Well, if this makes sense,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just put it on reserve,
Mm-hmm.
which means I see you,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm trying to figure out what else I can do with you.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So that's what I do. I don't ever want to throw an opportunity away.
Yeah.
Never. Like even in my notes, I've got so many things that I could put on a shirt.
Mm-hmm.
So many things that I can put on a keychain. So many things that I could put on a welcome sign or a mat. It doesn't have to, just because it's a welcome sign, it doesn't have to say welcome.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I get
So
that.
it's just, I got so many things for everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I just, especially when I get in my zone, because my mind, 1,000 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And I like it.
But you also got to process that or whatever. And do you
That's why I
wind
put
down?
it in my phone.
Yeah, because I know as a business owner, you know what I'm saying, sometimes we get caught up in running. But we also need to take the time to compartmentalize all that information.
Right.
But then also have downtime. Do you do that?
Honestly,
Uh-huh.
very rarely.
You got to have downtime, man. You don't want to burn yourself out.
I don't. And I find myself doing that. I mean, it's kind of hard.
No, I get it. But
especially
you
with 5 kids. I mean, 5 jobs. Kids.
You must want some more.
No. God, no. God, no. I do not. No more. Not a
You
single.
done. Shop's closed. I get it.
In my mind, I am. But I know which direction
Yeah.
my fiance is going in.
Okay.
So-
I get that. I understand.
To just keep it safe. I guess. But at a better time. Whenever,
Yeah.
You know, whenever that is.
Yeah, later on now,
Yeah.
No, I get it. So have you gotten to the point to where you inspire others and they come up to you and be like, hey, I saw you doing your business, I follow you on social media and all that, and you inspired me to.
Yep.
How did that make you feel?
Awesome. Because a lot of people, they make you pay for the game.
Yeah.
Like they'll put you in some drama for free, but they'll charge you to put you up on game. I felt good to just volunteer it. I gave it because I did what I would want somebody to do to me. And when,
but be mindful though, because the more successful you get, the less time you have.
True.
So you can't just, then some people want you to baby step everything for them.
Oh no.
And you gotta weigh. There's nothing wrong with because I paid a lot of people to learn stuff, right?
Right.
And that didn't bother me. But I get it though. Some people, they jump out here and they get a certain level of success or whatever, and then you gotta pay for it, whatever, which is fine. But just make sure those people that who people are paying or whatever, make sure one, the information is, or you feel that there's value in that.
Right.
Because there's a lot of people who just learn tip of the iceberg stuff when
Right.
there's a whole lot of stuff down here.
Right.
But as someone who does put out free information or whatever, just know that as you keep continuing to do this, you will get bigger and bigger and bigger. So then, therefore, your time decreases that you have.
Right.
So then you have to put a number on that,
Absolutely.
because you can make way more money just doing your business as opposed to, giving up that time to, And then some people are not appreciative of free stuff.
And they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And I try to ask the Lord to guide me on who I should pour into.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not worried about who I shouldn't, but the people that I should.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely get that. Well, we've had a fantastic conversation. There's so much more, and I know you're busy and stuff like that. But let everybody know, where can they go to follow your businesses, to get in contact with you if they want to support things of that nature.
Absolutely. So my Facebook is Triple Mom Custom Crafts and Designs for the custom items. My notary is Triple Mom Notary. And my Facebook is Tayesha Veal. And that's it.
Okay.